When it comes to business, I'm convinced that nowadays women actually have a huge advantage because some of these niches that men have no idea even exist are worth multiple billions of dollars. And in today's video, we're going to be exploring one of these booming niches, and it is the hair extension niche. We're going to be using this brand called Luxy Hair, which is one of the top ones in this category on Shopify, to explore some of the marketing angles that they're using, some of the things that are helping them thrive, and just look at the overall market to see the opportunity and where it lies. So first and foremost, this store is amazing. It's really beautiful, and they do a great job at having just a diverse product line, which is super cool. So I like to see that. That's always an easy way to increase the lifetime value of your customers on Shopify. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you don't even care about Shopify, little bit weird that you're watching this video, but honestly, I don't mind. I think you'll learn something either way. Now, this is what's something that's really cool. They have a text a hairstylist for personalized recommendations. This is an easy way to just integrate AI, in my opinion. They should totally use AI, so they're using a quiz funnel here. We are going to dive into their meta ads. There's a lot of lessons that you can learn here, and I'll try to, drop as much sauce as I can from all of the data that I get to see from some of our clients just some of our 6-figure-a-day clients. I think I've learned a lot in the last few years on what actually works. And a lot of times it's actually very fundamental things that people miss. So first and foremost, before we get too ahead of ourselves, let me just show you some of their best-selling hair extensions. That's always a great place to start. There's so many options here. I'm actually a little bit overwhelmed. So they have classic clip-ins, seamless clip-ins, halo hair extensions, thinning hair fills. I mean, I don't even know what I'm looking at here. So that's why, again, I think women have such a big advantage. If you're a woman out there, I'm happy you're getting into business. You're going to crush it because some of these things just come naturally to women, but to us men, at least to me, like I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I'm still going to continue and just, try to get through this because I'm going to learn a lot, and I think you guys will learn a lot too. So these are their best sellers. So let's just start with this one right here. It is a classic off black clip-in. And as you see, the product image is literally just hair. That's what the product is. It's hair extensions. Now, one thing that you can see right away about this market is that it is a luxury market. I mean, of course, there's brands in it that are not selling luxury level clip-ins, but these guys are, and their name is Luxy, so it makes sense that they would go for a luxury vibe. Yeah, $295 is no joke, right? And I would imagine people buy extensions over and over again. I don't know how long these last, so this is really smart. What they do is they have unsure what Luxy products are right for you. Take a quiz. This take a quiz thing is so genius, actually, especially for a brand of this, quality and this price, because you're actually getting opt-ins. Like, that's what people don't understand is it helps your customer find what's right for them, but it also helps you collect opt-ins for free, which is great. Now, they also do this interest-free payment with Afterpay. Very nice. They're above the fold. This is pretty simple. They don't really try too hard with it. The Texas hairstylist thing, I would imagine they're using AI for that. If they're not, then they totally should. They actually should use AI here on their chatbot, and an easy way you can do that is with Smart Reply. Smart Reply, I actually pulled up their comment analysis for their meta ads because this is going to tell us some really interesting things that I want to note down. And one thing they're not doing is actually answering a lot of their page comments. Only 3% of page comments get replies, and this brand is literally doing multi-millions a month. As I did mention, this market is worth $2.58 billion, and that was in 2023. It's expected to nearly double by 2032, and I would actually imagine it could go further than that. So huge market. If you can capitalize on even just 1% of that market, that's going to be 50 million. A $50 million a year business is no joke. So super interesting. Let's continue here. So yeah, their chatbot is not great. They should use Smart Reply. One thing they do use, though, is Omnisend. I did check their apps, and for their email marketing, they use Omnisend, which is actually really smart. So Omnisend right now is using a lot of AI too, which is really cool. I think you should try to use as much AI in your business as possible. And what's crazy about Omnisend is that you literally get, let me see, this is one of the craziest stats about Omnisend that I love, is that you get literally $68 for every $1 that you spend. So it's the highest return on investment that you can find in e-commerce. And it's no surprise to me that a lot of the beginners out there, or people that are just starting to scale their businesses, take it for granted and end up having 10% margins because they don't realize just how powerful this can be. So I'm always going to be a big proponent for Omnisend. I want you guys to use it. It's much more affordable than Klaviyo. Klaviyo is great, but they're just so expensive and they're just getting out of hand. I feel like Omnisend is much more close to the community. You got to remember, Klaviyo is a publicly traded company. They care more about the shareholders than they do about the customer. That's just the reality of it. But Omnisend, on the other hand, is more in line with us Shopify rebels, right? That sounds so corny, but it's true. So let's continue here, though. I'm just trying to give you some value so that you can have the tools at your disposal to make the best business possible, make the most profitable business possible. Now, let's look at some of their ads, because they are running 77 different ad results. And by the way, a lot of their traffic is from the US, but it's actually 49%. So they do get international traffic from Canada, from Australia, from India, from the UK. And let's just look at some other ads and ad copy here. So if we go scroll further down here, these are the ones that they're probably running the longest. So more volume, more length, more confidence in minutes. Wow. So big benefits, instant result. Ready for your spring hair refresh? Shop Luxy extensions now. And it's just a before and after static. Very cool. Now let's see here. Meet the product that's changing the game for finer thinning hair. Luxy scalp hair fill-ins. Let's see. We spoke to real women about their thinning hair journeys. Ooh, here's what they shared.
So when I was younger, I had long hair.
Okay, sorry, Luxy, but I got to give you a tip here. You should put these captions in this 4x5 section, right? That way Meta can show this in a variety of placements. This is another quick tip. If you're watching, just try to put your captions within this 4x5 frame. That way it can be shown to a variety of placements. Otherwise, this is just not going to be shown properly in those placements, and you're just going to be missing out on conversions. But let's continue this. I want to see the rest.
It was always fine, but as I got older, I noticed that my hair was thinning.
She's got a British accent.
Especially after I had children. There's definitely a stigma surrounding thinning hair in women. I think most women view their hair to be very feminine, and once you notice that's not how you feel anymore.
Wow, well, these are very powerful words, Most women view their hair to be very feminine, and then, with hair thinning, that's not how you view it anymore. So that's the appeal that you should be targeting. The pain point is, women want to feel feminine with their hair. So this is a solution, right? So this is really good. I mean, it's actually very similar for men too. Men that experience receding hairlines or baldness. It's kind of the same angles, right? You want to feel masculine. Hair is masculine, so you want to have some hair. It's like I said at the beginning, right? A lot of these things, they sound obvious in hindsight, but in practice, for some reason, people just always forget. I see this all the time. People just want to focus on features and things like that, right? Like what ingredients they use, things like that. And of course, these things matter, but the thing that matters the most is solving that pain point that people have, and like kind of poking at that pain point so that people attribute your product as a solution. Now, a lot of great ads. These are great ads. I do think they could do a better job of having even more authentic ads, but they all, they have this like incredible brand image. So I don't blame them for doing it the way that they're doing it. I do wonder, they do have some accessories. So I'm guessing hair care. This is where I'm kind of curious to see if they have like subscription products. Okay, so they do have a lot of hair care products, which is really great. These could be used as really nice upsells. And with these, I would urge them to use subscriptions. Having subscription enablement is a good idea, especially since it seems people are giving them great reviews for these. Very cool. That's another thing I saw here on their Facebook page when I was going to go look at their ads. Somebody said, my mom was suffering from type 2 diabetes and lupus for over 17 years. She tried many drugs, but at last she became dependent on a safe room and met blah, 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 blah. Okay, after a couple days. Wait, what? This isn't even for the right product. She became healthy and fully free from taking... Okay, this is like a fake review. Interesting. But I was going to say, this is all I read. I was going to say, finding reviews and trying to understand the stories that people tell regarding the product is such a good idea for, marketing angles. So let me see if I can do it. So match my mog hair and we'll be ordering more. Love this hair clip. It actually holds all my hair and cheek, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you see what I mean? Doing all this research, this is what people don't do, right? They just don't do this deep research, and therefore they don't get the best angles that they could be targeting. And because of that, they fall behind to the competition, because your competition is going to be looking at these angles. One more piece of value here. I'm going to give you more than one piece of value, but this is an interesting trend within the hair trend that I want to share with you. It's the hair texture powder trend. I just discovered this in the Shopee Lab Accelerator. And some of you guys out there probably, don't like that I talk about these softwares, but this is just value, right? I'm just trying to give you ideas. You don't have to join Shopee Lab. You don't have to join at all if you don't want to. In fact, I don't want you to join if you are on a super stingent budget and you're not super serious about your business. I don't want you to join, but I'm still going to give you, all of you that, want more value, this idea. Hair texture powder is a trend that is absolutely booming, and it falls into this category of hair thinning. You can use all these same angles that I just told you in order to capitalize on that viral trend. And if you don't think that capitalizing on viral trends is a good idea, well, let me show you the most valuable company in the world and how they're doing this, right? So Apple just released this X ad, and they're saying in this ad, track every workout from Pilates to pickleball with Apple Watch. Now, why do you think they picked those two specific sports? Why didn't they say from tennis to basketball, right? Even though those are huge sports. It's because these are trending. These are booming trends. We've talked about these on our channel so many times, and I've posted them on X as well. But yeah, I noticed this morning, and I was like, Apple knows, right? They're the most valuable company in the world for a reason. They understand momentum. They understand inertia, right? So they want to continue their momentum by capitalizing on these trends. And that's the purpose of Shopee Lab, is to give you some of these trends, but also the purpose of my YouTube channel and socials in general. I'm trying to give you more and more ideas that you can capitalize on. Ultimately, though, this is a huge market. One of the concerns that people have with this is that it's not using real hair, real human hair. So as you see here, somebody says extensions are not human hair and they refuse to refund me. So yeah, it looks like most models have single length hair. I really want to try. Oh, this is a good one. I really want to try Luxie Hair Halo since menopause has caused me hair loss, but my natural color is auburn and I don't see any color close to that. This is, again, why you need something like Smart Reply to be replying to all these comments. You can train it. So it's an AI agent that's going to literally do all of your social media moderation for you. And it will do it way better than a human because it works 24/7. And you can see how powerful that would be. I mean, these people are only replying to 3%, which is crazy to me. And it goes to show just how accomplishable it is to compete with some of these people, right? Just do things a little bit better and you can overcome them. You can be a little bit more innovative. But I truly do love this brand. In fact, I would love to potentially get involved in a brand like this. So if anyone from Luxie is watching, I would love to explore the potential of, being a strategic partner, bringing in my team in any way, or potentially even acquiring a stake in it. I'm getting into this game of acquisitions. I'm really eager to acquire specifically TikTok shops. This is kind of my criteria, so I'm just putting it out there if any of you guys are interested. But I'm looking to acquire TikTok shops or Shopify stores with good subscription potential. Honestly, just send me whatever you have. I'm willing to look at any deal, but I really want a TikTok shop right now, especially one that has decent volume. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know that this was kind of all over the place, but I'm just trying to brain dump on you. This is what I normally do in my videos, and it's what I like to do. I guess it's just how my brain works. It's maybe a little bit ADHD, but it's also pretty inspiring. I think it's good to get ideas, and ideas are so valuable. So, don't undervalue a good idea. So, I say this all the time, but what I've seen with e-commerce is that it's 50% ads, angles, and 50% actual product opportunity trend. And yeah, I think it's kind of similar with ideas, right? It's 50% actually researching and finding a good idea, and 50% executing that idea. So that means that the idea itself is at the very least 50% of the value. And I think that's why people like these videos, right? Because they recognize that even at an instinctual level. But of course, you do have to put these into action. So make sure that you apply some of these things that I'm saying. And I got to, do the same. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.